signs. Grand Rising, welcome or welcome back to Big Cat Astrology, Big Cat Wave. Please stay tuned in for the tarot reading to follow. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, the planetary hot topics for your next 7 days. On the 24th, Mars in Virgo trines Pluto in Capricorn. It's time for you to invest in yourself, darling dear, to gain control in your life. This will lead to an enhanced sense of security as well as revitalized energies. Steamy dates are on the cards for some fire signs. Positive alignments spark soulmate connections. Wowzers. You also have on the 25th, the moon in Sagittarius trining Venus in Leo. Embrace this harmonious influence as it is favorable with Venus in Leo. Good golly and gosh, tongue twister. This cosmic collaboration encourages smoother interactions, making it an ideal time to connect with others, whether it's a personal relationship or professional collaboration. Strengthen your social connections. On the 26th, the moon enters Capricorn. Your focus will be on your responsibilities and it will intensify. Strive for effective management. Don't forget to seek space if you feel overwhelmed. On the 27th, Mars enters Libra. This amplifies your energy and your drive. There is a potential for new relationships forming. Collaborate or engage only in healthy competition. You also have the Sun in Virgo, opposite Saturn in Pisces. It's a time to confront your worries about your limitations. You will discover solutions that fit when you take into account your boundaries. On the 28th, Uranus retrograde begins in Taurus. It's time for thinking and looking inside of yourself. You will be checking how you handle security, stability, and materialism. Taurus is all about values as well as money. It's about self-worth, darling dears. Uranus is change, and now it's looking inwards. This phase is for you to let go of old habits and explore new ways to manage changing environments while staying stable. Even though Uranus is usually unpredictable, now it's self-exploration. Learn more about how you connect with things and how you see yourself. Aries, the Uranus retrograde in Taurus falls in your 2nd house. Seize the opportunity as Uranus stimulates your financial sector. Unexpected shifts in your finances or values could prompt exciting changes. This shift is a catalyst for growth. Leo, Uranus retrograde in Taurus falls in your 10th house. Career shifts are on the horizon as Uranus retrograde impacts your professional sector. Use innovation and consider unconventional paths. Your creative endeavors could lead to exciting opportunities. Sagittarius, Uranus retrograde in Taurus falls in your 6th house. This prompts you to reassess your routines and health habits. Seek new wellness practices that resonates with your evolving lifestyle. Adapting your daily routines leads to positive shifts. On the 29th, the moon in Aquarius squares Jupiter in Taurus. Set aside time for decompressing and treating yourself with some TLC. You might feel less focused and not up for anything challenging. On the 30th, the full moon in Pisces is about letting go of emotional baggage as the harvest moon arrives. It's time for you to step into a positive future. Embrace closures and shed unnecessary people, places, or things. Pay close attention to your inner voice and hidden feelings. Remember to have alone time to get inspired and refreshed. I can't say it. Mercury, leave my tongue. Refreshed Please stay tuned in for the tarot reading to follow. Big cat wave. Core blimey, mate. Stroof. Namaste! Grand Rising Fire Signs, welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your next 7 days. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Big cat wave. Let's dive in, darling dears, and unpack. Where do we go to first? Right, let's get your runestone and kick it right off at a hot trot. Oh, you have two of them, darling dears. And both are in the upright. When you cast runestones, you read them from right to left. Your first one is manners. You also have what? Lean in, big cat, swallow, sun energy. So you have the Fool as well as the sun energy. It speaks about a new beginning, darling dears. Manners is represented by the number 20 as well as 0, darling dears. In tarot. It's about you seeking some kind of knowledge. You've been on a self-quest, darling dears. This is about putting yourself first, taking a leap of faith in a new direction. It also speaks about a new beginning in your life, darling dears. Carving out a new way, eh? Ha ha! Love it. Don't hate it. Represented by the letter M. It also tells us, darling dears, that life is about being spontaneous, maybe not all of the time, but sometimes taking that leap of faith. It also speaks about, for some, this is taking a leap of faith towards a new relationship, whether it's platonical or romantical, darling dears, or on the business side. But you fire signs are feeling fired up at this moment in time. Love it. You also have what? The sun energy. Swallow, darling dears. Big cat Leo energy. Did I say the Fool is Uranus as well as air energy? And Uranus, excusez-moi s'il vous plaît, is a fixed air sign. It's about your individualism, darling dears. You want to be that rebel in your life. Why? You weren't meant to fit in. You was meant to break the mold and go into the unknown. This is what the Fool means. You've also got what? S&M blood. What's going on, big cat? You better not tell me in the comments. Listen, I'll have to box my ears and close my eyes really, really tight. Read it in an Easter Island kind of a Stevie Wonder way. Right, let's press on. As I was saying, big cat Leo energy, the 5th house. It's about your pleasure, your entertainment. It's about dating, relationships, the progenies, darling dears, the sex of it all. So romance for some is definitely kicking off, but you better what? Pay heed. Venus is still retrograde, darling dears. So therefore, you better what? Just interview. Do the boosie badass until the retrograde finishes on the 3rd of September. Plus we have the post shadow, which is for a further 2 weeks. Just do the recon, darling dears. The recon. You don't do the genitalia watusi, not during Venus retrograde, especially when Mercury retrograde is also knocking on said door. Yeah, no, no. All right, but you can do what you want. I told you, bestie. I'm a pointer, not a picker. It also is the house of what? Drama.com. So be careful, darling dears. This speaks about, this could also mean about drama at your shapely back as you disappear into your infinite possibilities. Love it. Law 16 of the 48 laws of power, darling dears. You're choosing yourself in a situation, but it's about you continuing to seek all answers from the inside, darling dear, where you get your inner strength. Why? That's where God hid. Inside each and every one of us, darling dears, is for you to realize that he's there, but you've got to get quiet. The sun energy and the Fool energy is also a reminder to release past emotional wounds. No, we don't see a moon card here or any moon indication, but them being together, darling dears, it's a leap of faith in a new direction. And it's about you may not be able to change the things, darling dears, but you can change the way you look at things. Change your perception, darling dears, and keep it what? Skeet, popping, fresh and moving. Right, let's carry on. Let's get your overall theme before we get your ancestral message. Your overall theme, my fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, for the next 7 days. One card, please. It's a lot of cards, blood. But I saw this one. Eight of Swords. This speaks about being tied up in your cranium, darling dears. The Eight of Swords is represented by Gemini as well as Jupiter energy. So he was feeling restricted, stuck in a situation, but Jupiter is about the expansion of it all. Jupiter also rules travel. It rules higher education, darling dears. Children, as well as luck. Some of you need to what? Go within, darling dears. For some, it could also speak about depression, being confused, but because of the runestones that came out before, darling dears, it's about you going within, seeking these answers from the inside, because you are covered in the green. What's that? Your heart chakra, darling dears. This is about self-love and your connection to others. This is about you understanding, changing your perception of circumstances, situations, and even that of people, darling dears. Will open up a whole brave new world for you. Love it. I don't hate it. Let me put this up high so you can see. We're seeing a lovely blue, darling dears. The blue represents your throat chakra, and it also represents Friday. The heart chakra represents Thursday. It's also moon energy. I had said we hadn't seen the moon, and here the moon energy is. It's also the north node, or northwardly direction. I like to call it the north node. This is your what you're meant to be in, the persona you're meant to carry, how you're meant to live your life on this Malkuth, darling dears, your north node. Get into your birth natal chart. It's fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. Yeah. Don't allow yourself to be trapped in fear, darling dears, of the unknown. Mana is full energy. This is a time for you to embrace the unknown and become the bushwhacker of the unknown, darling dears. All answers come from within. Feel it in your tummy, in your solar plexus. Base of the deck, darling dears, because you've got a manipulator around the Emperor energy, Mars and Aries energy. It could also speak about somebody thinking deeply about their career path, about to leave an organization, darling dears. But you've got to trust in thyself. We've got the Six of Cups, because you will be given what you give up in one situation will be given back to you plus tax. But it's about what? Realizing your worth, darling dears, and adding tax. This also speaks about a faithless partner, darling dears. Someone you saw as a husband or wife, because gender is fluid. This is someone that's not there for you. If you've been co-parenting, you've been doing it alone, darling dears. You need to stop stressing out about what the other parent's doing and do what you've got to do, darling dears. You can't make anyone do nothing. As I said before, darling dears, you are only in control of yourself in every circumstance and situation. Change your perception. Stop thinking as though this other parent who's not helping you, darling dears, or is talking nastiness on your name, living in the low vibing kind of vibration. Let them talk and say and do what they want to do, right? You do what you've got to do, because all answers come from within, darling dears. You're about to get your second wind, because new partnerships and relationships are coming your way, darling dears. But it's for you to unpack and pick through. Not everybody that presents is a friend. Remember, associates are a plenty, darling dears. Be more wiser about the choices that you make. But somebody's definitely leaving an organization over the next 7 days. Let's get your oracle ancestral message. Gonna use the distant traveler. I haven't used this one for a while. Give it a quick shufti to wake up the deck. Your first one, Mystic Healer. Some of you may even be tarot readers, but it also speaks about your highly intuitive nature. Listen to your intuition. Use your discernment. Sometimes when it's trying to give you the heads up, you'll feel it in your solar plexus. A kind of a rolling movement in your solar plexus, right in your tummy. Healing energy flows through you. But you have to remember, darling dears, higher mind, go within, darling dears. All circumstances will become whole and healed once you go within, and don't fear the outcome. The outcome is for what? The unknown. A brave new world for you over the next 7 days. Somebody's worrying about some kind of hexation put on them. Stop worrying about that, darling dears. You're expanding it. You have to know that you are more than a conqueror, and get your black obsidian crystal, or your snowflake obsidian crystal, or your black tourmaline, darling dear, and put it next to a mirror in your house. To cleanse these crystals, you can do it through under running water. You can do it in the sunlight. Some people bury them in the garden, put them next to a tree. Energize your crystals, darling dears, but set the intention of what energies you'd like to receive from them, darling dears, and don't just leave them there. Once a month you energize and cleanse your crystals, darling dears. New energy, new vibes, new healing. Base of your deck, because you're being protected. And it also speaks about your ancestral team, your way showers and spiritual guides holding the sword of truth. This speaks about justice in your situation. If it's a love, work, home, family, whatever it is, darling dears, your ancestral team is telling you to pay attention to your intuition and your discernment. It's their heads up for you, darling dears. You are being wrapped in their wings. You are cherished by your angels. Cherished, darling dears. That's right up there with adored. Know that you are protected and you don't walk alone, but you do have a security team, but they can't help you physically unless you ask for said help. Base of the deck. What did I say? The unknown. Choose your path, darling dears. Don't let no one choose you, and never choose a path out of fear. Because all is possible. Infinite possibilities for you over the next 7 days. Let's get that there. Right, let's dive in and unpack. Base of your deck, we've got the 5 of Wands. This speaks about conflict and confusion, darling dears. Some kind of fighting. It could be an internal, or it could be around you, darling dears. It also speaks about gossip, darling dears, being banded around by the feeble-minded simpletons. Someone's could be a group of people have your name in their mouth. Yeah. Good golly and gosh, darling dears, the 5 of Wands is represented by Leo as well as Saturn energy. So these people are fixed, limited minds, darling dears, feeble, tiny minds. They would like to tongue wrestle with you in order to dominate a situation. This person tried to dominate you in a relationship. It wasn't your friend. It wasn't your partner, right? This was somebody who was there at their convenience. It also speaks about your search. Some people's really looking for the right partner. They're not just going with anyone, darling dear. They're looking for the right circumstance and situation, and it's about to turn up. The Fool energy also indicates new partner or partners turning up, darling dears. But everybody gets interviewed. We do the Boosie Badass round here at Don't Get Smoked Central. No one just slips in. Right, messages for my fire signs. Okay, thank you. Yeah, love contract, darling dears. But it's also about you trusting in the process. Lovers, Gemini energy. Gemini is the 3rd house. It's about you, how you communicate, darling dears. It is also the house of your siblings, younger siblings, neighbors, extended family like your uncles, aunts, cousins, darling dears. A family setting. You're changing your perspective, darling dears. Major arcana, but you are being divinely guided to see things from a different perspective, knowing, right, that you are making the right choices moving forward, darling dears. Why? Because you went within and you was in a circumstance that was filled with what? Deception and envy, but in the reverse, darling dears. Return to sender, blocking that Sijnayi off. You've got transformation, darling dears. You're going to change your perception of certain situations over the next. Yes. Listen. You don't want to be disappointed by what? Dumbass, a dickhead, or what? A waste of space, darling dears. It also feels like I'm feeling the energy of somebody feeling left out in a situation. They're disappointed that you won't take the cup of opium. Nah, blood, because you're what? Changing your face in this world. This is about you turning your shapely back. Law 16 of the 48 laws of power. But this is also realizing your worth and that there's a brave new world out there. You're not taking the short stick of a situation, but the 2 of Wands speaks about you actively, right, physically being involved with this change. You're not just sitting there, darling dears. You've realized you're not a tree. This is making the right investments going forward, and it's also a reminder that you will reap what you sow. So choose wisely for yourself. Yeah, because you was wounded in many past situations, contractual situations. You have to remember some situations, well, all situations are soul contracts, darling dears. You fulfilled these contracts, but it's about you not taking the baggage with you, taking the lesson, because fate, destiny, and good luck is on your side, and change is afoot for you, darling dears. Let's go to the Hangman. Oh, fell on the Wheel of Fortune. Someone's stuck on you, darling dears. A situation that you are not working on, mentally stuck on you. Somebody's also, rehashing the past. Yeah, because you are single as F, right? Yes, baby. If you're not single, if you're in a couple, this speaks about you being independent. You are still your own person, darling dears. It also speaks about this new perspective is being drama-free. We already saw the energy of younger siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins shining through, darling dears. Somebody wants to come and ask you for some money, but this person is not going to give it back. Listen, bestie, oi! Don't ever lend anything more than you can afford to lose, darling dears. This person is also going to lie about it. But then again, if it means lending the money, 8 of Pentacles, because you've got it, darling dears. You can do it if you can do it comfortably. Remember, and they don't give it back. Listen, that person will be avoiding you for air. And if it takes that amount of money to get this negative energy out of your life, who's always disappointed you one way or another, give it to them. Make them go on. Go ahead. Yeah. Vamos. Yeah, but you are drama-free at this moment in time. You're going to be celebrating with feminine energy, darling dears. It also speaks about what? Continuing to listen to your intuition, mystic healer, 2 times. Some of you are being intuitively guided to start some kind of a business, Wheel of Fortune, that is going to bring a lot of change to a lot of people in situations where they are mentally trapped and financially tied, darling dears. Wow. What about this regret and disappointment? Yeah, your cut-off game is surgical, Queen of Swords. Bombastic side eye. Yeah, you're telling them to keep it popping, mate. Keep it fresh. Move on. You're moving on from trauma and trauma, darling dears. Realizing that you can begin anytime you want to. Full energy. Yeah. You're not taking anyone back from the past. That opportunity is over. Cut off game. What's this? Put your energy into what? Giving and receiving, where it's reciprocal energy, darling dears. It also speaks about what? The hand of God handing you many things. We're seeing lots of pentacles in the upright. I'm seeing 11 at this moment in time. 11 is a master number. So pay attention to the synchronicities. You are going to be divinely inspired over the next 7 days. My fire sign to keep going. Keep going. This is about you learning lessons, right? Reaping the lessons learned, right? And finally attracting what you truly deserve into your life. Partnerships, yeah, on all levels. Right? Deaf to situations with what? Effing liars in the name of the Most High. Skin peelers. Leave the creeping creepados where they are, darling dears. It's also about your ruminating thoughts. Don't be afraid of your future, darling dears. God has you. And when God is for you, no man can be against you. Continue making it popping and fresh. But you're definitely going to be releasing burdens over the next 7 days. What's this harvest coming towards the big cat? 7 of Pentacles. Your wish fulfillment. The universe is saying, whatever you like. Continue, darling dears. Continue. Don't stop. What did I say? Blessing upon blessing. Some of you are going to be stepping into fame over the next, or notoriety in your field over the next 7 days. And this emperor, look, 2 different decks. Somebody's got their what? Their attitude on lock, darling dears. Your blessing, your healing, this new beginning that you are carving out for yourself is creeping up on them like a cheap lace thong, darling dears. Yes, that's their business. You can't even see the envy. Why? Because you didn't see it for them, darling dears. You was never envious of them. They was always of you. This is a mask-wearing marauder. This is somebody who fits in where they're envious, jealous, hateful, right? All of the above, betraying, sneaky, cheating, lying, all of the above, darling dears. This is 2 different decks. But, however, this person was a mask-wearing marauder, personal people. They was only around you to see what you had to see if they could break it down from the inside out. Did I just feel a card fly away? No. What's this? The universe is giving you options, darling dear. So remember to choose wisely. It's also a reminder of what your past life lessons, darling dears. They were what? Lessons, not mistakes for you to what? Live amongst. Keep pushing and leave those in the past. The helping hands that helped you into what? A bad state of mind. Made you feel lack, less than. Whether it was a work, family, friend, whatever that paradigm was for you, darling dears. You was always highly intuitive. And you already knew what was going on. But because of your giving, love in nature, you let them stay past their sell by date. Well, now they got to what? Do one, mate. That's Cockney rhyming slang for what? On your toes, get lost, right? Push off. You're telling them basically to come off the field and go into their barn of wickedness. Final card. We're going to use the Numerology, darling dears, to wrap this up. Your hard work is paying off. And we've got what? A new moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is the 10th house. It's about your status, darling dears. It's about your recognition, but it's also about your reputation. Law number 5 of the 48 laws of power. You are realizing that if you hang with 3 bottom feeders, guess who's going to be number 5? Not the big cat fire sign. How now, brown cow? All right. On that note, this is your card, darling dears. Absolutely love it. Don't hate it. You are the what? GOAT of land and sea, darling dears. Again, travel is being highlighted for you. On that note, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Teesprings, toddle over to my Patreon, or simply come back here. Thank you very much for your continued support of me in this channel as I continue to give you the intel, the full-on recon, the usher. If you'd like a personal reading, hit me up in the Gmail. My intel is in the description box below. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Big Cat Wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat.